is Lisa. It's Rambling Hour with Lisa, Season 5, Episode 3. And Remembrance Day is on, let me think for a second, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So this will be my first, this will be my Rambling Hour before Remembrance Day. And after next week, Remembrance Day will already be over, so that is why I chose today to do the Remembrance Day theme. I get so frustrated when I set everything up and then the camera changes when I press live, so bear with me while I set up myself a little different than it was before. So I hope everyone is good today. I hope you guys enjoyed my live last week. That was kind of fun. It was hard, like it wasn't hard to stay in character as much as I didn't have a lot planned for the hour like that, because I didn't think I was going to be in character for an hour, but Erica was the best person to do that with, and we had a lot of fun and it worked out really well, so I hope that made you laugh. I watched it back after we were done and I had a perma grin on the whole time. It was so silly and funny, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So if you haven't watched last week's Rambling Hour, the Halloween one where I'm a mad scientist and Erica is my test subject, then you should watch it because it's definitely one of my best rambling hours. So I hope everyone is well and has had a good week since we last saw you, and that you had a good Halloween. This is a really cool thing that me and Steve just got from his mom and stepdad, and I'm not sure where we're going to hang it up, if we're going to put it outside or if I'm going to use it each year like around Remembrance Day, but it's this silhouette and I really like it, so I thought it would be great for this episode, especially as I like to decorate for every holiday and season, but today's is a very important one because I wouldn't be able to do silly things like this if it wasn't for the people who fought for us and our freedom here in the UK, in Canada, America, a lot of the places in the world, Australia. So most of us have loved ones who are in the military or have fought in the wars, World War I and World War II, especially because it wasn't optional for a lot of soldiers then. And so we have grandparents or great-grandparents who fought in the wars. And I was lucky enough that my grandfather and my great-grandfather, so my great-grandfather Wellington fought in World War I, and when it came to World War II, he was a bit older to go to war, but because his two sons, my granddad, William, Bill, and his brother Fred, because Bill and Fred were going to be going to war, my great-granddad said that if his boys were going to war, then so was he. So all three of them went and fought in World War II, and luckily all three of them came back alive. So, but it is really cool to think that my great-granddad, Wellington McDermott, fought in both World War I and World War II and survived both of them. So yes, it is important to remember the sacrifice that all of them and the military that we still have make for our freedom, and to be able to live in a world that we do. We take so much for granted all the time, and we don't realize how lucky we are and how good we have it. Hi, Melody. So I don't have a lot of poppy stuff or stuff for Remembrance Day. I have two of these, and they were wreaths that each year when I had the restaurant, each year I would buy one of them to put up in the restaurant. So, and I would buy a new one because it supported, supported the the veterans and stuff. So I left a few in Canada with the restaurant, and I left, like when I sold the restaurant, and then I took two with me. So I'm glad that I did that. And these are like the bigger versions of the ones that we wear in Canada on our left side right here. And I need actually say, so anybody in Canada who's watching right now, can you, I want some of the Canadian poppies that we wear posted to me. I can pay you for them so you can give the money to the veterans, but I'd like some of the ones that we wear in Canada. So then I used this last year too. It's a pillow with poppies on it. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to overdo it. That's not what this Remembrance Day is about. It's not about decorating and going crazy, and it is about remembering those who fought for us and our freedom, and not only those that died, but also the veterans who survived. And even though they might have come home physically uninjured, or some of them were physically injured, like going to war cannot not change you. So they all suffered from, you know, yes, I do know why we wear it on the left side, Samantha, and I have a thing on my phone right now that I just read yesterday about all of the colors and the meaning. So the red is so we wear it over our hearts for love and remembering them. It's red for the blood. The black is the widows and the, like, mourning them, and the green, so if you have a green leaf on it, like the ones in the UK have a green leaf, that's for new growth and something like that. So am I missing something? That was like a really brief thing of it, because it said more about it. But and there's a certain way the leaf is supposed to go. Hang on, this one has writing on. Oh yeah, so the leaf is supposed to face up, and that's supposed to mean something too. I'll post it in the comments after about why the leaf faces up and stuff. But yeah, the thing that I read and then got shared, it was a man who saw a woman at the grocery store, and she was wearing it on the wrong side, and he asked if he could help her put it on the left side, and then explained to her why you wear it on the left side and why, what the colors mean and everything else. And in it says that he's afraid that with so many of the old veterans and the people who fought in World War II, not many of them being around anymore, that the young people will not know the symbolism of it and the importance of it. So thanks, Samantha. Samantha's going to be popping in and out as a viewer because she is doing lots of her university work. I got to visit with my Samantha today and her girls, so that was fun. And yeah, sorry I was late as well. That was just no reason except like little things like Erica wanting an ice cream cone, and Steve was shaving his head and just wanted me to check it to make sure that he didn't miss any spots. And little things like that that made me late, but there is not really a good excuse because I did do my workout earlier. We've already eaten tea, and I should have been on time, but I wasn't. So here comes the devil as we speak of him anyways, going out to cards with his mates. You want to pop in and say hi? That's all you get from him. Love you. Have a good night. Bye. Bye. One day he'll be my guest. One day. Yeah, so what else did I want to tell you guys about? It's been a sad week for deaths. I'm sure people with COVID and everything, there's like people dying from COVID still too. So all of us have lost people in the last year or two for different reasons. But and the weird thing about these deaths are, in a way, they are related to each other in a sense through me. But also the other two people who lost someone know each other as well. But the thing is that one died on the 30th, one died on the 1st, and one died on, sorry, the 30th, the 31st, and the 1st. So one day, one day, one day. So on the 30th, Samantha's uncle passed away. He was suffering with cancer for about, I believe, 4 years. So on the 30th of October, he passed away. And then on Halloween, my mom's uncle Dennis, who was 97, passed away in Dauphin, Manitoba. And then, so that was the last of my grandma's family, my mom's family. I think there was 7 siblings, or maybe there was 7 who already passed, and he would have been 8. I'd have to look at that. I can't remember now. But he was the last of them. So, and then on the 1st of November, friends of mine and Samantha's and Steve's, the husband of our friends lost his sister suddenly, and that was very unexpected. She's such a nice lady, and yeah, really unfortunate. But yeah, there was 3 deaths, bang, bang, bang. So that was sad for all the families that have lost those people. No need to send me condolences because Uncle Dennis was a great man too, and but he was 97, so that's a really good life. And I deal with death differently anyways, so, but I'm sending love and condolences to those close to those people who are going to be finding it hard, especially coming up to Christmas, having lost their loved one. And
so sorry, but is Dad gone?
Yeah.
I didn't say goodbye. Am I allowed to stay up? Wait.
He'll know. He'll watch this and he'll know. A little bit. Are you coming to say hi, or when you go to bed?
When I go to bed.
Okay, bye.
I'm really thirsty. Am I allowed to get a Coke?
Yeah, but can you just go by and leave me alone?
Yep.
This is Erica bothering me during my live, which she knows she's not supposed to do.
I like
And now-
bothering my mom.
Now Lena's going by. Can't get a,
Right?
yeah. Samantha says no, you're not allowed. Actually, speaking of pop, I might as well have a sip while we're talking about it. Gotta reach. I have a table in front of me that I have stuff on. You can hear Tom shouting. He's upstairs in his room, but Erica obviously doesn't have her headset on properly or whatever in the living room. So they're playing Xbox, and you just heard Tom say Erica, but I heard it in the living room. Also, speaking of Remembrance Day and poppy stuff, I found these at the one of the grocery stores, and it has poppies on it. So it's just a long-lasting concentrated disinfectant spray. But I had poppies, so I thought I would get 2 of those for the bathrooms. And then there's this one that is ready to use disinfectant, and it's the same brand, but it's got poppies on it, but it's smaller. I don't know how they do this on these things where it blocks the light or you can see it better. I don't know what the best way to do these shots are. Anyways, yeah, so anything with poppies on, I'm trying to, again, it's not about the celebrating, but I want it to be apparent that it matters. And so because of that, and because it's important to Steve, I won't put up any Christmas decorations until after Remembrance Day. It doesn't mean I can't get them down and get them ready, but you can hear the dog whining. I'm just gonna put her back into the living room. Give me 1 second. Lena, come on. Erica, see if she wants outside, please. Oh yeah, and then there's this as well. It's just a coaster, like for your drink. I think it probably came with a cup, and this is like, you can use it as the lid for the cup to keep your drink hot and no bugs getting in it or whatever. And then you can put it on the bottom and use it as a coaster for your cup. So that's there too. I don't know if I could put my cup on it. I'm nervous about stuff like that. Like, it's not a coffee cup, so, and I'm really clumsy. So, yes, it is pop, Samantha. It is pop. It's not wine. I'm crazy and without any alcohol, so. How is everyone? Tell me what has been up with you guys. So 3 days. I've been counting down. It's like my Christmas. 3 days, and we have 2 electricians coming, and they're working for at least 6 days in a row. We have them all to ourselves for 6 days, just constant work, and then we'll see what needs to be done after that. So I'm in the entranceway right now of our house, and the entranceway, like the hall, stairs, and landing. So we need lights like right above where I am, which is like right under here. It's like it hangs over, but upstairs it's like the landing, like the balcony. So that needs lights here, down facing, and then up in the big open spot we have these like 3, like it'll look like chandelier. It's not a chandelier, but it's these 3 big ball lights. So we're, instead of getting one big one that has 3 hanging, we actually literally bought 3 so that they'll hang at different levels and it'll look really neat. And then the bathrooms need like all the down lights, pot lights, I think we call them in Canada, but here I think they just call them down lights. But they're those circle ones that are pretty popular, that are like flush, pretty much flush with the ceiling. So I am super excited about the electrician. Yes, and then there's like the tiler that needs to come and tile the bathroom downstairs, and the guy who does the woodwork and stuff that's putting in our doors and everything. Samantha called them spotlights. He is working in like he works for a company, but he's done working for that company. He's working self-employed, like for himself now, so he'll have more time to take on a lot of work. And so he's going to hang our doors, and he wants to get our door frames and doors hung by Christmas time. So just the work, it's finally happening. I try not to get my hopes up, because I've waited for years for so many of these things to be done. But, and as lots of people who've done home renovations know, things can take a long time, and there can be things that get in the way and problems. But I mean, 3 days, and then the electricians come. I'm just super excited. So you'll know next week if they came and how much work they got done in those few days. So, and then I posted about this too. My my birthday present is an Apple Watch. So that's kind of cool too, because I want to track my sleeping and stuff and see, and my fitness. That is really nice, Samantha. So Samantha, as you guys know from last year, she had a son who was born sleeping, Oliver. And his birthday is coming up at the end of November. And this phone isn't letting me press there, see more. So Oliver's birthday is at the end of November. So Oliver's birthday is soon. So we are going to be buying presents for a 1-year-old, and we will be donating them to Elderly Hospital, as that is where we were meant to go if Oliver hadn't been born as quick as he was. That's wonderful, Samantha. That's really sweet, because I'm not gonna say that losing a child is easy or anything like that, but having your children in the hospital as well is I can only imagine very difficult for the children and for the families. So that's really sweet that you're doing something like that, and Oliver would be really proud of you guys. Fab news about the work being done and also the Apple Watch. Thank you. The Apple Watch isn't like a huge thing. I mean, it is. Like, I'm grateful for it, but it's just one of those, it's just kind of like a toy, right? Like, it's exciting, all the things that it can do. And I'm excited to see like my sleeping pattern and how many steps I take. Oh my gosh. So I've only had it for a couple days, and yesterday I wore it all day, and yes, okay, it was Saturday and I didn't do a lot, but this morning my watch says to me, we see you took it easy yesterday, so let's step it up today and try and close some of those rings. So it's like these rings, these circles that you try to close with how much activity you've done and stuff. But I couldn't believe my cheeky little watch says, oh, we see you took it easy yesterday. Like, come on, I did my workout. What did they want from me? But it was Saturday, so maybe it'll I'll be more active during the week when I have to get things done. So it is Sunday, November 7th. So for people in Canada, you guys have had snow and there's chilly nights, and knock on wood, but there's like it's been so cold outside here. Like, I want to be outside in the garden, and yes, I do have a longer growing season and everything else. And no, we haven't had snow, but it's so cold out. It's too cold to work in the garden. But I haven't put away lots of my plants yet because we haven't had our first frost yet. So with cannas and callas, and well, actually the callas can go away right away because most of the leaves are dead on them. But the cannas and the dahlias, they need the first frost to kill the leaves, and then and the bananas I need to put in the greenhouse. So I haven't done any of those, and like, I honestly have gone outside a few times to like get things done, and I'm just so cold to the bone that I'm like, no. And yeah, I could put on more clothes, but I don't really want to be working with like, you know, all the gear on and stuff that's like not really fun to work with, like all that stuff on. And Melody says we've had no snow here, so that's in Alberta. Okay. Alberta, let me think. Well, I know in Ontario they had snow, but I thought somebody in Alberta had posted that they had snow, but then it melted. But yes, so in Edmonton they haven't had snow yet. But at the other place, there was somewhere that I saw that they had snow, but it melted like the next day. So, Melody, but is it freezing temperatures overnight there most nights? So we had curry for dinner with rice. So that was really nice. Steve made dinner, and I love that I have a husband who can cook, because it makes it easier for all of us if more people can cook, like the kids, even if they make simple dinners, or, you know, it's nice that everybody can take turns in that. I don't have to do it all the time. Melody said Calgary had snow, so that's a 2.5-hour drive from Edmonton. I know that in Canada that's how we measure distance, but say you're driving for 100 kilometers an hour, so it'd be about 250, 300 kilometers away. And Melody says, yes, overnight's below zero. So yeah, I do need to do that stuff outside, because there is certain plants that need to be in the night before it goes below zero. Otherwise they're trashed, and I work too hard on a lot of the plants to let that happen. So I do need to get my budding gear, even if it's cold outside. And I need to go to the allotment. Mine is Samantha's allotment. Well, it's her allotment. I just am helping with it, but I need to do some work there too, just to get it winter ready. Daytime has been in the pluses, Melody says. And Samantha says, it's so cold here. Yes, and I know the Canadians are going to be like, oh, you guys don't even know cold, because I'm a Canadian. But the cold here is different. it's a wet cold, and it gets into your bones, and you don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to, like, even today when Samantha came over, it was cold in the house. We were sitting on the couches, like, Danielle was just playing on the ground, and me and her were both like under blankets on the couch, on opposite ends of the couch, just talking like under our blankets, because we didn't want to, we were just too cold. But I turned on the boost on the radiators, and finally it got warm in here. But yeah, the chill is just too but yeah, I need to get my button gear and get outside and get things done. So I'm gonna have to stuff lots of plants into the greenhouse, and on cold nights I'll have to turn on the heater just for the hours that it's below zero, and stuff a bunch of stuff in the caravan as well, plants that I stick in there as well. And same thing, if it's and they can stay in there for most days, but if it's going to be below zero, I might go turn the heater on just for the few hours overnight that it's yes. And Samantha says, I enjoyed our blanket snuggle today. Me too. I enjoyed the visit, and it was nice to, yeah, be nice and cozy. And I know that being a parent, it's nice to have that. I don't sit down and take a break very often, but although I've been pretty lazy this week, but yeah, just to sit down and do nothing. And more so for Samantha, because Danielle's only 3, so when you have wee ones, it's way more exhausting work to, you know, have to follow around and follow after them and do all, you know, whereas mine are older, so I can boss them around a bit and stuff, and things that need to be done can wait a little bit longer. But yeah, it was a really good visit. It was nice. We need friends, and every time, like, our kids get together, so Erica, the 13-year-old, and Samantha's daughter, Tyla, who's 13, when they get together and we have to tell them, like, it's time to go, they always say, like, it doesn't seem like enough time, and it doesn't. And I said that's how I feel with Samantha too. Like, it just, we can visit and visit, but it never feels like it's enough of a visit. It never feels like it's long enough. But we have to take what we can get and be happy that we've got any visit, which is something that I would tell Erica. So I got to kind of take it to myself too, that just be happy that I got to have a visit with her and the girls today, as opposed to not having a visit. And I love how not only is it cool that me and Samantha are best friends and our girls are best friends, even though the girls knew each other before me and Samantha, but just how her girls and her fit into this family, and then me with her mom and everybody, like, we just and Steve, the bond that he has with Tyla, they're like 2 peas in a pod. And then Danielle loves her Uncle Steve, and it's so great. It is like extended family, especially living so far from home and knowing that there's people here that I love and can rely on. And Melody said, we are expecting snow on Wednesday. Crazy snow. I do miss the snow in Canada. And there's that part of it too, that once everything's ready outside for the winter, when the snow comes, you kind of don't have a choice. You can do winter activities, but you can't garden anymore. So that's when my scrapbooking season starts in Canada. However, here I haven't really scrapbooked because I could be out in the garden or in the greenhouse. However, I did clean the office this week, and I do have all my scrapbooking stuff ready, and I am getting the itch, like, to want to scrapbook, but I have other things on my plate and that need to be done more importantly than scrapbooking, so we'll see if I get to it at all. Yeah, so this is totally different than last week. No goofy voices or goofy experiments or anything like that, but still me and my rambling, which I'm good at. So there's so many things that I like, they come to my brain and I'm gonna say them and then they disappear and I can't remember. So let me think for a moment. It's too quiet when I'm thinking because then I'm not talking. So we'll see if they come back to me whilst I am. So I did my workout already, so that's nice. So when I'm done my rambling hour, I can just chill and read or watch TV or whatever, or fall asleep because Steve's out. So, yep. Kids. So I should have ordered the kids new uniforms. Their school got new uniforms, and they're doing this thing where, like, they kind of let everyone get away with wearing either the new one or the old one last year. And then people like Aurora, who are in year 11, so it's her last year at the school, she can wear the old uniform because they don't expect all the parents to buy new uniforms if their kids are like, only had like last year 2 years left, or this year a year left. So that's cool. But Erica, who's only in year 9, so she has 9 this year, which is 9, and then 10 and 11, they needed new uniforms this year. And I've been a lazy ass, and well, I didn't want to buy the wrong size and everything else. No, there's no excuse. It was honestly just procrastination. So they should have had new uniforms for September, but I didn't because I'm an asshole. And I finally, and I know that's a swear, but I am a jerk because Erica's the only one in her year with the old uniform. Luckily, she's a confident enough person that she doesn't give a shit. Oh, sorry, another swear. She doesn't care, but other people care for her. They think that she'll feel like an outcast and everything else. So I finally did order the uniforms. They should be here. I thought they were going to be here Friday or Saturday, but because they have been dispatched, so they should be here any time now. So the new uniforms are really nice. We did get Aurora a new uniform as well, even though this is her last year, but because Erica's going to be there for a few more years, Erica can just take on Aurora's blazer if she grows bigger, and you know what I mean? So it'll just become, yeah, otherwise if we wouldn't have bought Aurora one if she was the last kid and it was her last year. Yeah, so that's something that's happening. And they, of course, though, I finally ordered their school uniforms, and on Friday they had their school photos, but their photos will be in the old uniform, which, this is crazy because I have this big, well, the frame only fits so many pictures right now, but I want it to fit 6 for the 6 kids. Now, Owen, Amy, and Thomas went to the same school, so their year 11 photos, so it'd be like in Canada, it'd be like your grade 12, like your grad photo. So their uniforms are all the same from St. Nick's. And then the other 3 would have been from the Middlewich school that they go to, and they would have all matched. But now they switched to uniform. So I could see, I'll see what Aurora's picture looks like that she took on Friday, and I could put that in the frame, and her and Allison will have the same uniform, but then Erica's will be different. Or if I do photos myself of Aurora and Erica, and when they have the new uniforms, then Allison will be the odd one out, and Aurora and Erica will have the new uniform. So we'll see. Yeah, but we don't necessarily buy their school photos every year, but year 11, as it's their last year, that's the one that we've bought photos for. So yeah, we're almost done. Like, seriously, Erica's in year 9, so she only has a couple of years left. I know she's 13, so that, you know, but yeah, Allison's gonna be 18 in January. So that's the first of my biological ones reaching adulthood, meaning I almost got her to adulthood without, you know, killing her or letting anything happen to her. That's an accomplishment. I need a pat on the back. So tell me something. Nobody's commenting in the comments. I know that you guys are watching. I can see how many viewers there are, but you guys are listening to me babble and not interacting with me. So tell me what's going on and what's new with you. There's this, like, so on the soldier's rifle, he has the bayonet on the end, which is like it's like a blade, like a pointy, to make it into, so that it's basically a gun or a sword, right? But there's this leaf from this plant here that's going in the exact same direction as that. So on my phone, I keep looking at this leaf, how it's like almost parallel to the rifle. I was in Sea Cadets, like, for a very small amount of time, and I was on the guard, so I had the rifle, and we had the bayonet that went on the end, and we had to do all the, you know, all the things. And when you, I really liked how you put it over to this hand and you throw it up and catch it, so that when you catch it, the butt of it is like under here. You don't actually like hand it up to yourself, you actually launch it into the air and catch it back. And I don't remember all of it, but I remember that I really like doing that. Anywho, I didn't like cadets. I don't like people telling me what to do. I'm a little bit better now, but not 100%. I still don't think I would do well in any type of military setting. Samantha said, keep Aurora's uniform if you do a year 11 photo of Erica in that. Yeah, I did think about that as well, Samantha. Mike says, sup, saying hi, have a good one. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I could do that as well, because we have the uniforms, although I am looking forward to getting rid of, as much as I am a hoarder, I do like getting rid of stuff. So I have like this big bag of like all the uniforms, the old uniforms and stuff that don't fit the girls. And as soon as they get their new blazers and stuff, I'm ready to pack all that into that bag, tie it up, and send it on to the warehouse. Yeah, I have a lot to get rid of. Part of the problem is, like, it's not deciding what to get rid of, it's the actually Like, if it was as easy as taking it to a charity shop and dropping it off, that would be fine. But some of the things you want to put online to try and sell if they're worth more than just dropping off at the charity shop, some of them have to be donated at different places or recycled. So I just really need to, and then like eBay or the Facebook Marketplace or something. But yeah, I do need to get my button gear because I do have like, especially like even the kids' toys, like their Barbies and their baby dolls and stuff. Like I said, Erica's the youngest and she's 13, so we really need to dump those out, sort them out, see if there's a few of them that they want to keep for nostalgic sake, and get rid of the rest. So yeah, time. I have all the Halloween stuff packed up, but it's still in bins in the dining room because in the loft where the Halloween stuff goes is where the electricians are going to have to work over the bathroom to put the lights in. So I didn't want to put them back up there until they do that, just to have less stuff in their way. But also I want to bring the Christmas stuff down, which will save a lot of room in the loft. Like, it'll open it up more, but it's going to be a lot that's down here at the same time. Plus I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just bring the Christmas stuff down and I'll have it on the landing, like down from the loft on the landing upstairs. And leave it there until but then I was like, oh shoot, they have to do the lights here. So if they need to, because we're going to rip the carpet off the landing anyways and replace it. So if they need to lift the floor there or anything, I don't want to have all these heavy bins there with all the Christmas stuff. So I'm probably going to pack them all into the dining room. But yeah, I just feel like no matter where I put things, it's going to be in people's way for doing whatever. But it'll all be done. So Melody says, both boys still have toy boxes in their room. Yikes. Someday I need to clear it out. No, I hear ya. That is actually, like, Steve has a toy box in our room, but it has all his Tiggers in it because his kids bought him all different types of Tigger toys, like, you know, Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. So when I moved here, I just put a toy box in there and then put all his Poohs, his Tiggers in it. Yeah, well, at least yours is in the closet. His is over beside his side of the bed. But there's part of me that I could put them away, but it's like Steve doesn't have. What? Why did that happen? I have no idea why that happened because my portable charger is working. Oh, and the light's still on. Yeah, that was weird. So I could put them away, but Steve doesn't have. Besides stuff that we've got together since we've been together, when I got here, he didn't have a lot of stuff that's his own. So even though he's told me I could put them away, it's nice to have a balance of, you know, I don't want everything in the house just to be mine, because then it doesn't feel like our home. It's just mine. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that, like that. So I like to have some of his things out. And our room is orange and red right now because the border around the room, it was orange and red, and it was just like that when Steve bought the house and it never got changed. And I don't really want to. Why are you doing that, light? What is happening here? I don't really want to change it because I have no idea why it keeps shutting off. I don't want to change it because that room's not going to be our room permanently anyway. So I'll change it when we get everything, when we make the garage into our bedroom and bring everything down here, then that room will be empty. Then I'll strip the border and repaint that room and everything else. But because it's orange and red, and then he has his Tiggers in there, and I love Coca-Cola stuff, even though my Coca-Cola stuff's in the guest house in the kitchen, I thought of painting this like really long and thin Tigger with a Coca-Cola bottle in his hand, so it's like Steve and me. Yeah, that was a long way of just talking about an idea that I've had for a few years but never did. Hi, Auntie Diane, and let there be light. Maybe not. I know, I don't know if there's a short in it. I only use this light for my lives, and I take care of it. I put it back in the box every time and everything else. And my portable charger's it's at 50% now. So unless there's a spirit messing around with my electronics or there's a short in something, but nothing's like touching it or moving it. So it's weird, but yeah, I mean, it's not totally dark when it goes off, but it is because seriously, in the entranceway, there's like one torch, what I call a torch light. It's like an uplighter. It like faces, like a long skinny one, and it faces up in the middle landing that is lights the whole entranceway, because we haven't had lights in here for a few years because the lights came down when it got replastered, and then we haven't had an electrician. So, and I have no idea why it keeps doing that, because here, I can turn it down a bit, but when it shuts off, the switch still glows with the blue light, so it shows that the power is still going to it. So I have no idea why it's doing that. Samantha just laughed out loud. Wait, see, let's see if I wiggle it, if it's a short. I'm wiggling the cord and nothing's happening, so it is weird. I'll just hold the controller because it's probably gonna keep doing it. Who knows? Maybe it's spirits of veterans that are happy that we are remembering them, and you know, maybe it's my grandpa and my great grandpa because we were talking about them, and my great uncle Fred. I don't know. So yeah, what should we talk about now? I'm gonna have a sip of my drink, and then we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Stuart says I need to wiggle it the other way. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the light, but I don't want to keep holding the controller, so I set it back down. So we'll see if it does it again. There's, I think they do it here too, but I remember like a long time ago there was at McDonald's, they have these poppy stickers, and it's really cool because that way you put a poppy sticker on your uniform while you're working your shift, but then you put it in the bin so that the next time you go to work and you put another poppy sticker on, it's sanitary. It's more sanitary because you're not wearing the same one. But I just thought it was really cool that it was a sticker, so I like that too. Auntie Diane said, did you ever find a Tupperware rep up there? No, I mean, I didn't look yet because, again, that goes back to my laziness and procrastination, but I will because I want a can opener that has a lifetime guarantee so that if anything happens to it, I can replace it. Plus, I would love to have more Tupperware. I loved when my little sister, Amber, and I think she might still do it, but I don't live there anymore, like, did Tupperware, and we got it for Christmas and everything else, and I'm really stingy with my Tupperware. Some of it's out in the caravan in the guest house because, it is. Auntie Diane, did you do that on purpose? I'm bringing you on. I hope you're ready. Yeah, but I have some in my kitchen. I don't like people using it, especially taking it out of the house, because I don't want them to lose it or wreck it. Oh, okay. So Auntie, my Auntie Diane, it said that she wanted to be in the video, but then she declined. So I think you might have pressed that by accident. You are welcome to be my guest anytime. Yes, Samantha says I let her borrow it sometimes. I honestly don't know if I'd let you borrow the actual Tupperware. I would trust you, but I don't know if I've ever lent it out yet because I try not to even use it. I'm so silly. I'm just cheap. That's okay, Auntie. Yeah, I'm just cheap, so I don't want to have to replace it because Tupperware is expensive. It's one thing if it gets wrecked and it has the lifetime guarantee, so you can replace it that way. But I don't think they're going to replace it because one of your kids brought it to school and never brought it back. So, yeah, I told you guys what I'm reading. What's the chopper? What's the chopper, Auntie? She said she just used the chopper and it's amazing. I think it's important to. She said it made the best salad. Oh, I love my salad spinner. That's from Tupperware. Add that too. So you wash your lettuce and stuff, and you put it into the thing, and it has like a basket that goes inside of like a tub, and it put the lid on, and you crank it, and it spins it really fast, like the gravitron at a fair, and all the lettuce sticks to the basket, and all the water goes out into the bucket, and yeah, like a helicopter. And Dan said it made the best salad. So I think it's really important to. Oh, Auntie Dan said she wants that spinner. Yeah, I love it. I've had it for years, and I use that. I do use that often, actually, especially with spinach, because it's cheaper to buy the unwashed spinach, but you want to wash it. So I use that. It was sold out when she tried to get it. So what is the chopper? And as I was saying, I think it's important to read the comments, because I was thinking about like how I'm going to upload these rambling hours to YouTube, or if anything happens where my original post gets deleted and I upload it, it doesn't have all the comments on it. So then when it's like on YouTube, they'll still know what the person said that what I'm responding to when I read the comments out loud. It makes sense in my head.
I just can't get the words out properly. So it is so funny how, like, honestly, like, I've worked out and I've looked like a trash bag all day. And I went in the bathroom and just took my ponytail out, like my elastic out, and the water, the water on the tap, and just like flattened down my flyaways, put my band in, and it looks like I actually did my hair, but I didn't. That's why I still got like little flyaways and stuff. But yeah, like this is after working out. There's knots in here because I haven't like washed my hair in days, because I don't wash my hair all the time. And when I shower, sometimes I don't wet my hair at all. Sometimes I only condition it and I don't wash it. But I'm gonna go do that before I get into my comfy pajamas and get into bed, because I'm gonna get the knots out. But I have really dry hair, and it's naturally curly, so I don't want to wash it all the time, because it washes out natural oils, and then it gets even more dry. And I'm missing comments. So super sharp blades, cuts onions, celery, peppers in seconds. Has a string like a lawnmower that you pull. I'll send a picture. I need to, now I'm getting excited, and I need to find a Tupperware. Samantha, if you're still watching and not doing your uni work, which you shouldn't be skiving, shouldn't be trying to get out of your uni work, but do you have a Tupperware person here that you know? And that you pull, and I'll send you a picture in the comments. And Melody says, I wear my hair like that a lot. I wear my hair like this every day. You guys see me on Sundays on the Rambling Hour, and sometimes I do my hair. That's pretty much the only time I really do my hair. And then days like today, I mean, I did change my clothes. I'm not wearing sweatpants, although you see I'm still wearing my slippers because I'm lazy. But yeah, this was like a quick change-a-roo. Put on some makeup, flatten my hair, and make myself look like I'm presentable. But really, I just look like, it's funny because when you see me done up, I look nice, but most of the time when I'm in my sweatpants and stained shirts, because if I'm cleaning, I usually get bleach on my shirts. If I'm out in the garden, I'm getting dirt on my shirts, and like food, because I spill on myself, and like there's no point in like replacing my shirts, because I'm just gonna stain them again. But sometimes when I see myself in the mirror with my sweatpants and stained shirts and fuzzy hair, I think, yeah, Steve, this is what you married. Oh, how I fool people with my Sunday rambling hours. Shoot, sorry about that. All right. Melody, Samantha says she doesn't. I think it's more of an American or Canadian thing. It is, Samantha, but there is Tupperware people over here. So, but my auntie sent me a link to find one here. I just didn't know if you knew one specifically, because I like to support, friends and family. And Melody says the video is being interrupted a lot today. Maybe it is just her connection, but I turned off the Wi-Fi, which I forgot to do earlier. So now that I'm on 4G, hopefully the connection's better. Sorry if it was getting interrupted. Let me know if there's anything of my ramblings that you missed out on. I have this hair back here that's broken and too short to fit where I put my elastic way up here. So it's just hanging around. I could put it behind my ear maybe. I don't know. Okay, so what is up? Oh my God, I'm a nutball. I used to be so crazy, and now I'm just so sane that I really don't have anything to talk about because I'm so normal. And yeah, what happened to that interesting, crazy Lisa that we used to know? And knock on wood, but the light hasn't gone off again. Bizarre. So last week's video has quite a few views, and it makes me happy. I'm not in it for the views unless it's family and friends, because that's who I do these for you guys to keep up with me and for me to keep up with you. But like I said last week, so if you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. It's quite funny. Me and Erica are silly nuts for Halloween, and we're playing characters. I'm a mad scientist, and she's my test subject, and it's just a funny one. So I think it's probably my best rambling hour. Although I really love when I have guests, so I need to do that more. And again, with my procrastination, I need to get in there and get some guests and figure out who I want for what. And now that it's colder outside, we can do the slumber party one with my friend Jess. So I should send her a message and see if. Okay, so if I had a dream about you, would you want to know? I had a dream a couple nights ago, and I found out that someone passed away in my dream. They didn't pass away in real life, but in my dream, on Facebook, one friend posted that the other one had passed away. And so I read his status, and it said that the other one passed away. And so I sent the one who passed away in my dream a message just saying, hope you're doing well, just checking in on you. Had a dream that you passed away. And then I wrote that the other friend wrote it as his status on Facebook, and that's how I found out. Not a big deal. Don't think it means anything, but just sending you, just making sure you're okay and letting you know that if you ever need anyone to talk to or anything, I'm here. Now, I don't know if it doesn't look like he's read it yet, and he hasn't responded yet. But then I'm like, oh, does it seem like I'm a creeper? Is that a weird thing? Or if I had a dream about you, would you want to know? This is the time to answer me if you're watching live. So if I had a dream about you, would you want to know whether it was a good dream, a bad dream, or anything? Would you want me to tell you that I dreamt about you and what it was about? And did I do the right thing? Sending him a message and checking on him. I mean, it's always good to check on people and let them know that, you're here for them. But was it the right thing to do to tell him about the dream? And then do you think it's even more weird that I told him that he died in my dream? Do you think that would scare a person? Just wondering. And especially if it's somebody you don't talk to very often, because it's even more like weird. So I don't know what the dream means. But yeah, he's still alive. So it's all right. Yes. So next week is 7 plus 7 is the 14th, I guess. And okay, so a couple days ago, it was Guy Fawkes Day. We've talked about that last year, and the fireworks. So it was bonfire night and fireworks. And we didn't go anywhere because the last 2 years, last year and this year, because of COVID, you've had to have tickets to go, and there's only so many people that can go to see the fireworks if you go there instead of just looking at them outside, if you can see them from where you live or whatever. But we haven't gone. But people will buy fireworks and set them off at home. Like you can just buy them from the grocery store and such. And it's so annoying because our dog does not like them. So the week or two leading up to bonfire night and then after, like people still have fireworks. So Friday was bonfire night, but because yesterday was Saturday, there was a lot of celebrations yesterday. It was so hard with the dog. We could not calm her down, rubbing her little ears. And well, she's not little, she's a German Shepherd. So rubbing her big ears and trying to calm her down and everything. And it's just, I have no idea what the right thing to do is. And it's one thing if you only have one night of fireworks, we can get through that. But the fact that there's fireworks going off every night because people are doing them in their own backyards and stuff or back gardens, is just crazy. And it's not fair to the dogs, but I don't know what to do to comfort the dog. So we didn't go to any firework things. Yes, we didn't go. Allison went to one, but we didn't. But yeah, I don't know what to do with the dogs. It was really hard yesterday with Lena. She's barking right now, but I don't know what she's barking at. But even like small ones that are in the distance, she hears them, and so she could be barking at fireworks right now. I don't know, but it's really, really frustrating because I don't know how to make her calm. She gets very anxious from the fireworks, and I'm sure that people who live here, if you have animals, you might have the same problem. I did see some of my friends on Facebook post about their animals in the last few days having trouble with the fireworks. So if it is the 14th on next Sunday, that is my cousin Erin's birthday. So that's cool. Samantha says Odin is scared of the fireworks as well. I don't think it's a fear as much as I don't know if it hurts their ears, if it's a frequency or a high pitch that hurts their ears. There is I know there's dogs that are afraid of thunder and stuff like that. So there is the afraid of big bangs and like gunshots and loud noises like that. So Odin might be scared of the fireworks as in the noises of it. But I also think there's a frequency or something that hurts their ears. Danielle is petrified as well. I think that's common amongst little kids, especially bringing small ones to a firework display when it's really loud, like there. There's a lot of kids, so like lots of kids will wear like noise canceling head like muffs when they're watching the fireworks. But somebody wrote about what did they call them? Noiseless or something like that. Noiseless fireworks or silent fireworks. I don't even think that's a possibility. Maybe I'm wrong, unless you're doing like lasers or something, because like lights or something like that. Because fireworks are literally explosions. It's like dynamite, basically, right? So it's hard not to get the bang, but still get the and I love fireworks. I love the displays and everything else. I think it's great, but it should all be on one day, maybe two, but not for weeks and weeks of having our dogs have to be annoyed by it. So anyways, Danielle might grow out of that, but who knows? I don't. Does anybody know any adults who are still afraid of big bangs? Or, I mean, it's different if you're autistic or something like that, where like things like that can trigger you. But I mean, like atypical people who, I don't know. I don't know. So, what else? Samantha says her. So, are you afraid of the bang, or does it just give you anxiety? Does it get your heart racing? Over the last few weeks, I've had a family member test positive for COVID. They are slowly getting better as far as I know. But yeah, like COVID has touched so many lives. And Samantha says the bang. I hate loud noises. Okay, makes sense. Loud noises don't bother me as much unless they give me a headache. But I more am like screechy noises and like the pitch of noises and stuff that will, when they drill into your head, like I don't like that. But the bangs don't bother me. Yeah, my brain. So I don't think I have a theme for next week. November 14th. Like I said, like after Remembrance Day, Christmas decorations could come. I could do winter or well, no, it's not winter yet, so I'm not going to do a winter theme. It will be winter. No, December 21st is actually the beginning. Yeah, so I won't do winter. I'm not going to do Christmas. Might just do autumn or cozy, something cozy. I'll talk to Jess, see if we'll do the slumber party. We'll see. Yeah, I need to do more baking and stuff, and the pumpkin pies I need to do for American Thanksgiving. So, which is the 25th. I believe it's on, and Owen's birthday is this month as well. So Owen will be 30. That's my stepson. And I believe his birthday, like I know his birthday is on the 25th of November, but I believe that is American Thanksgiving as well. So I need to make the pumpkin pies. So maybe that'll be a theme for next Sunday will be like a Thanksgiving, an American Thanksgiving pumpkin pie special. Melody says, loud noises and bangs bother me after my rollover, but I am better now. Yes, I forget these things that happen to people. So Melody was in a rollover accident, and around Christmas time, if I'm not mistaken, right before Christmas, because I believe your car was full of Christmas presents. And there was a time when my brother and his wife and their two kids were in a rollover accident. Luckily, they were in a Jeep, which has roll bars, like a built-in frame of roll bars. So because Jeeps are more prone to being roll anyways, but that was what saved their life, was the fact that they were in a Jeep as well. So, and Melody, Christmas Eve, she had a rollover accident. And Melody, were both boys with you? I can't remember. I just remember your car being stuck and the presents in it. And luckily that you were okay, but I believe your car might have been a write-off. I think you got a new car after that. Just Breton. So Breton is Melody's son, who's 20 now. Right, and was your car a write-off, Melody? I hear a doggy at the door next to me. I'm taking that as a yes. Yeah, so do you know on camera and like right now, like, and when I did like last week's with being the crazy scientist, and the week before, I don't remember what. Oh, I was a witch and stuff like that. I can get away with dark lipstick, and it looks all right on here. But in real life, reds and stuff don't really suit me, honestly. But I thought because of the shirt, I could get away with it again, having a dark color. But yeah, I think it stands out nicely on the camera. But in real life, I think it is not my color. But I like smiling because I think I look better when I'm smiling, which is really crazy because growing up, I never smiled. and people always told me to smile, but now when I see myself here and I'm talking, then I make a lot of faces, but then when I see this, it automatically looks happier. Even if I'm not, it just looks like a happy smile. So that is why I do it. And I am one of those ones that like, so like, what would you call it, like not arrogant, but I'll take a bit of that, but like camera ready, like where I could be arguing with somebody and someone says camera and it's like just put it on like quickly. I guess that's from years of covering up depression. You just learn to be like, no, things are great, how are you? But and from being told to smile so much, and you finally learn that instead of like arguing and just, you know, it's just easier to be like, and then you don't get told like, oh, you should be happy, life is good, you should smile more. But I am happier now, and life is good, and I should smile more. We all should, but it's not that easy when you suffer from depression. So, which is one of the reasons I've been lazy this week. It's just been a down week. I get a lot done when I'm, you know, feeling normal, but sometimes I just have down days where I just can't get my ass in gear. So I do the things that need to be done, and I've done my workout every day. But it's just been one of those weeks, and I'm trying to kick it. Like a flu or anything else, I know it's not going to last forever, but I have to just be graceful and know that there's nothing I can do necessarily to kick it. I can fight myself. I can force myself to get things done, like my workout or making supper or things like that, but I can't make the feeling go away. I have to just wait it out. So that is my life, but I've lived with it for my whole life, and I was diagnosed at 18. And I'm now 43, so I know how to deal with it. And it's just a matter of going with those ups and downs. Not only that, I believe it is coming up to my moon days, so that's going to make my emotions and everything all over the place. So that means my period, my moon days, because the moon has a 28-day cycle, so do the women's days, or is on a 28-day cycle. That's why I call it my moon days. Melody said it looks good. That's talking about style. And Samantha says you're doing amazing. And I think that's regarding my eating healthy and my working out. I do like the way I look in the mirror, and that's the thing, is that's what I told Samantha, and I told Steve this the other day, is that my workouts are so hard because I give it my all. So I'm not just pissing around. If I'm going to spend my time doing the workout, I'm going to do it. But they're still hard, and sometimes you don't want to do it. But then I see my results in the mirror. Like I walk by a mirror and I think, I like that. I like the way I look, and I want to keep that. So even if I stayed exactly how I am now and didn't reach my goals, but stayed how I am now, I'm happy with it. But I have to keep doing the workout to maintain how I am now. So that motivates me to do the workout, because I like the way I look, and I can't enjoy the way I look and stay this way unless I do the workouts that I've been doing to get this way. So it keeps me going, even though they're like not frustrating. And even Steve today, when it's like cold outside and, you know, and miserable and you don't want to go, I said, yeah, I know it sucks, but you know, it's awesome is the satisfaction of when you're done and you can just sit down and be like, done my workout for today. So everything else is second fiddle, right? Yeah, I think that's the right term to use in this situation, because that's what came to my mind. So Melody, how's the glitching and stuff? Is it better now that I went off Wi-Fi? I think that'll be sorted too with, is it the electricians, or I think somebody Steve was talking to, that there's like some kind of net thing you can get for your house for the internet. It's like kind of like the booster things, but it makes like a whole like network over your house or something, so it like makes the internet better. I don't know, some kind of thing that Steve was talking to somebody. And a net, I don't know. Anyways, it'll make the internet better when we get it. Melody says, I switched to my laptop and have not had it freeze. Good news. So yes, it was freezing a lot on my iPhone. Yeah, I don't know. It could be, like I said, it could have been my Wi-Fi. It could be on your end. I don't know. But at the same time, I'm really grateful that we are able to chat worlds apart, like across the world from each other, and pretty much instantly we are able to communicate like this, and that is amazing. And again, I think we take a lot for granted that our world would not be the same if it wasn't for our veterans and those who have served and are serving, and those who have died for our freedom, especially in World War I and World War II. So it is really important to remember them. So remember to do that on Thursday. Wait, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, on Thursday, on the 11th at 11:11, you take the time to remember them. And even though the wars get further away as time goes on and we enjoy our freedom, it's really important to remember and not forget, because yeah, we wouldn't have what we have now if it wasn't for them. And I hate when things get far away and people think, well, that was in the past and it doesn't matter anymore. And I think that our world has become very cocky and arrogant in general about how in the West our lives are, and not realizing how quickly all that can be taken away from you. So, but yeah, again, I'm grateful for technology and the ability to keep in contact with my family and friends, and whether it's Samantha who lives not near enough, but close to me, or my family across the world, or my friends as well who live across the world. It is really cool that we can do this. And yes, Melody, you're right. There are still wars going on around the world, and that is something that people in our Western culture, in our comfy lifestyles, in our warm houses, and our beds at night, feeling safe, that we do not think about, because it's not in our world around us. So how many times do you lie in bed and you have you're thinking, before you fall asleep, you're thinking about things like, I don't want to go to work tomorrow, or what am I going to eat for breakfast, or I got to bed late and I'm going to be tired tomorrow. And there's other people who not only can they not sleep because they're scared, but they're terrified in bed that, is this going to be the night that a bomb's going to fall in my house, or someone's going to raid our house and we're going to get killed, and everything else like that. Well, we're spending our cozy time in our beds, like all comfy and everything, in our freedom. So definitely there is still wars going on, and as barbaric as it seems, which it is, it's still happening. So again, we part of being grateful for what we have is like, and appreciating what we have is, my brain isn't working. So knowing that things like that, shitty things like that, are going on in the world, is even more reason for us to not take for granted what we have where we live, and the freedoms that we do have because of people who have fought those wars. And we can't all go to those countries and fight in the wars and get involved, but we can pray, we can send positive energy, we can to those places, because energy travels. And that's why prayer works, is because whether you're religious and you believe in prayer, or you're spiritual and you believe in energy, or even science and you believe in energy, energy can be transferred. And so it's been proven scientifically that, the cause, when people put their energy into a cause and send that energy to something, it really can change things. So even sending positive energy to war-torn countries and to refugees that are coming into our countries and needing a place, or all those things do matter. So do your part and don't take for granted what you have. And if you know any military, thank them for their service. And in your bed tonight, reflect on what you have and what you wouldn't have if it wasn't for the people who served, including any of your relatives who have or are serving. And say a little prayer or a reflection, or whatever your way of believing and stuff is. Just say something to the people who aren't safe in their beds tonight and aren't in a situation like we are, comfortable and warm. Even though me and Samantha were cold today, that was only because the heat wasn't on. It doesn't mean that we, like we're freezing in a country that we can't afford heat, or we don't have heat. So I have, it's only been 40 minutes. So I still have 20 minutes to talk, and my brain is like not working. I don't know why. So I have no clue. Give me a topic and let me talk about it. So houseplants, I try to take care of my houseplants, but again, being lazy, but I don't know. Yeah. I'm waiting for that kick in of energy. Like I said, this last week has been pretty like meh. I don't care about anything and not doing much. So the house is a bit messy and I'm just letting things go. But I know it'll come back to me where I'll wake up one day. No, I won't wake up like ready to go. But after I get out of bed and stuff, it'll be like, okay, I'm gonna get stuff done today, and I'll get back into the swing of things. So that's why the houseplants that do survive in this house have to be ones that are tough and can deal with a bit of neglect if I go into one of my phases where I'm like, I don't care. But there's some here. That's why, like, cacti can do good as long as I don't overwater them. And this one is all right. It's a Dracaena. Yeah. So some of them survive. Auntie Diane, who was watching before, I'm not sure if she's watching now, but she has amazing plants in her house all over the place. But she has good lighting in her house too. But she has like some crazy house plants going on, and yeah, totally jealous of how well she does with her house plants. Oh, the curry was really lovely tonight. It was a chicken curry, and I was so looking forward to it. So Steve made it about 4 or 5 o'clock, and I was in the kitchen, and then it was like pretty much ready, but he wanted to go for his walk first because he didn't want to eat and have a full belly and then have to do his walk. So I'm like, okay, I'll do my workout right now, and we'll eat when you get home as a family. And I could smell it. I wanted it so bad, so that was like my motivation to get through my workout because I could not wait to sit down and eat. And it was as good as I knew it would be because it smelled so good. And Melody says, I show you have been on for an hour already. No, I haven't, Melody. It says 6 minutes and 37 seconds. Samantha says ideas for presents for a 1-year-old would be great. And Auntie Diane says, still have way too many. Is there such thing as too many, Auntie Diane? And she said thank you as well. Is there such thing as too many plants? I mean, especially if you're keeping them alive. They like to live in groups because the humidity is increased by them, like keeping it in together. So I'm waiting for this bathroom to be done downstairs because then I can make it into a jungle because it'll have the humidity and has the light. And the thing is, like upstairs in the bathroom, they're really good because I try to every Friday. I try to put them all into the tub, and then there's a hand shower with the tub, so I shower them all down, and so it's humid, and then I water them all. But then it drains out, so they don't stay too wet. Like if you have them in their pot and you add water, then you might overwater them, and they might sit in water, and they don't like that. So if I put them in the tub and I water them fully, then they're fully wet, so they're not too dry. But the water's run out the bottom, so they're not too wet, and they love it. So if I give them a shower every Friday, I leave them in the tub overnight, and then Saturday I put them all back in their place, and they're so happy. The rest of the house, not as much, but that's what I love about there. So downstairs bathroom, I won't have a tub to do it in, but I can put them in the shower and do the same thing. Yeah. So Auntie Diane said, wait, let me just check if I missed something. No. She said I have having trouble with my money tree. Leaves all fell off. Yeah, but they'll come back. But I do have a big one too, and it was doing good for years. And I don't know if it's because I moved it or not. But yeah, it's just that it's being fussy. So the same thing. Some of them are falling off. You just bump it. And my father-in-law, Steve's dad, told me that it's bad when leaves fall off your money tree. It's bad luck not to plant them. But as if, because they're always falling off, even if you bump it by accident, pieces fall off. I'm not planting them all up. I'll take the bad luck. And Dan says, hopefully it'll come back, transplanted it. Yeah, well, I mean, again, I have a really big one, and its pot is like this small. And I bought it from people on the marketplace like that. And it's been like that for years. But it's just kind of top heavy like that. But it doesn't need a lot of root system because it's like a succulent, right? So it keeps its moisture in its trunk, and but I don't need to tell you how to take care of it. But also all those ones that fell off, you can make new money trees, and yeah, and then you'll have 100 of them if you want because they just keep growing. So I do have a few around the house. The big one is the one that I want to keep. And Auntie Tina has this one, I believe she got from her mother-in-law, Ryan's mom. It's huge. It's huge. Like mine is bigger than I thought it would be too. So let's say if this is the top of my tree, then it would go to about my belt line maybe, or like it's quite so 2 to 3 feet tall mine is, but Tina's is like really big, like yeah. So it looks really good. I wonder how Tina's is doing, but luckily money trees usually, and correct me if I'm wrong, usually they're not fussy at all. They're really, give them a little bit of water once in a while and they're happy. But yeah, I've had that too where my leaves have fallen off and it just seems like, but now they're growing. I'm getting like, hopefully yours will come back. Mine's getting little leaves again too, coming back. Like I said, I don't know if it's because I've moved it or if I put it in a location that didn't have enough light or why it was getting fussy, but I had moved it. It was in the dining room, it was doing good since I bought it, but then I moved it over to another place here and it was there for a year and a half. And then now I put it back in the dining room, but it's not right in that window, but it's in the dining room. So I think it'll be okay, but we'll see. Yeah, so anything else that we want to talk about? I mean, I could talk about plants like forever, but it is weird like even posting about my plants and stuff because I haven't been outside a lot because of the cold weather. Yep, but I guess like if we could get some nice days, I have most things ready for like, it looks like an autumn display, and some things you don't really need to change to the display because it just becomes its own autumn or winter display because it does what plants do in the seasons naturally. But yeah, there is some things that I will need to change around just for looking a little bit more wintry. But I'm not going to buy any plants. I say that all the time, but I'm not going to go out and buy like plants for winter displays or changing my hanging baskets and stuff like I did in previous years, or I might do in future years, just because like I said, in the summertime, I'm trying to love the plants I have instead of buying more. So I think it's important to like nurture what I have instead of going and getting things that just look good for a season. So I'll work with what I have. And in the future, I'd love to make like my hanging baskets where they take like branches of like evergreens and stuff and they stick them in there and they put like a few Christmas ball bowls and then maybe a live plant, and it looks so good for the season. And then to have all my hanging baskets like that would look really awesome. But first of all, we don't have as many evergreens as in Canada and North America because it can grow a lot more different things here. And so it'd be hard to find the greenery. There's a name for that. The branches of the green, they call it something. Anyways, it'd be hard to find the like different types of evergreens to put in there, or some of the ones I want. Anyways, we have Lelandias growing out there that I could get a bunch of branches off of, but yeah, maybe one of these days, one of these years, I will do some more like winter or Christmassy looking like baskets to hang them and do them for the different seasons. But as far as this year, I did last year, I did try to make all my baskets look nice for the winter, and some of them did all right, and some of them the plants died, and so they didn't do what I wanted them to do, which was really frustrating. So this year I'm just going to skip it, and we'll see maybe next year. But I realize I have a lot of Christmas decorations too, so that's going to be, plus with renovations going on, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, whether I put a few decorations up for Christmas or I put lots up for Christmas, I still need to take them all down to go through them. So I might as well put them all out, and all the trees, and I don't remember how many trees I'm up to now. I think I have like about 7 trees of different sizes, but at least 3 full-size trees. But am I going to decorate all of them this year? Maybe. I don't know. Any tips on how to get the poinsettia plant to bloom? Mine only has a few green leaves. Are you kidding? You're asking the wrong person. I have tried to get my poinsettia to live past Christmas. Sometimes I can't even get them to live till Christmas when I buy a new one. So I think, as far as I know with poinsettias, they have to have a period of darkness. So I don't know if it's they need to spend so many hours a day in darkness, and then you bring them back out into the light, and then darkness, and then light. Or if you just completely put them in darkness. You have to look it up. But I know that they need a period of darkness, and then I don't know for sure not if they need a period of not drought, but not as much water. Then when you start watering it more or giving it more light or something, it makes it think that it's time to bloom, something like that. But yeah, I think it has to do with giving it a dark cupboard and so many hours in the darkness. My portable charger now is at 0, blinking 0. So now my light will shut off anytime as soon as my thing dies. I know that I think it's too much work as well, but the fact that you kept it alive and it even has green leaves, and That's further than I've got. My mom has done that, but I have not. And then I can't even get my amaryllises to grow. My amaryllis bulbs are still alive, and sometimes they get green leaves. And I try to do that in the cover dry thing when there's no leaves, but I can't even get my amaryllis to come give me anything. So I'm not very good with the seasonal ones indoors. That it does. I mean, again, eventually I'll try again with the poinsettia, but it is a lot of work. So I'm not going to purposely go out and buy a poinsettia and try and keep it. But if I get a poinsettia as a gift or something, then I would try to keep it. But there seems to be very fussy. I guess where poinsettias, I can't remember if it's Mexico or where poinsettias are native from, but they are actually trees. They grow to huge trees where they are from.
What I found.
What? Cruises to Mexico? My Apple Watch just Siri thought I said his name, because it's a guy on there, and thought I said cruises to Mexico, but no, I'm not looking for cruises to Mexico. That would be wonderful after COVID, and it would be very expensive to get to Mexico in any way. I guess actually, I think we would fly from here to Florida. Wait, no, is Florida on the other side? Yeah, I don't know how. I can't see the map in my head right now. Samantha says, when do we go? Yeah, eventually, but I'm pretty sure it's expensive to go from here to Mexico. Hence why Spain is our Mexico, or Turkey is where we go, instead of North Americans going to Mexico. So, yeah, I was checking my time. I think I just did, but then my brain went off because, I think my time is stuck because my time says 36:37 and it's 9:30. So I've definitely been talking for over an hour. I've been talking for like an hour and 20 minutes. Bad live thing. I hope it's recording so I can post this though. Yes, thank you, Melody. So poinsettias are indigenous to Mexico and Central America, and they get tree size there. So that's really cool. So maybe that helps with how to get them to bloom. Maybe they need hot, dry weather, but it has to do with the darkness, I know, for poinsettias and for amaryllis. There's some period of darkness that they need when the nights get longer. Anyways, okay, so it has been over an hour. You guys got bonus time. Thank you for keeping up with me. If you are just tuning in now, this will be posted in a couple of minutes. Once I finish, it takes about 2 minutes to post to Facebook, and then you can watch it from the beginning. Or again, if you haven't seen last week's, I definitely suggest watching last week's, not just listening. Lots of these you can just listen to in your headphones, and you don't need to see me talking or picking my ear. But last week's is a definite watch one, and even for kids and everything else, you'll really enjoy it. So thank you for tuning in to another Rambling Hour. I'm glad to talk to my friends and family. I hope you guys tune in next week. Remember to be grateful and remember and take a moment for those who have served, are serving, and those who have died, and those who continue to give us our freedom. So again, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week for another episode of Rambling Hour with Lisa. Yes. And I'll let you know how the electricians got on and everything else. I'm so excited! 3 days! Okay. Love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Bye.